What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Nikolai Espresso, and welcome back to another Infinite Warfare video here today on the channel. Today, we got our first look at some major changes within Infinite Warfare, and the game has not even launched yet. So that said, this is feedback that Infinity Ward has taken from the beta and then subsequently changed different pieces and aspects of the game that we know of Infinite Warfare, so that by launch, we're going to have a much better playing experience for the people that have complained about some of the things here within this, or brought some of these things to the attention of Infinity Ward. So that said, we're going to be talking about everything you need to know here about this out of the long patch notes listed here for this, if you want to call it that, because, well, we haven't really actually played the game in its entirety yet, so I guess it's just some changes after the beta, so that being more specific. But before we get too far into it, if you guys enjoy the video, make sure you drop a like down below, and if you guys are new to the channel, maybe consider subscribing to stay up to date with everything Infinite Warfare. But that said, let's talk about this. Firstly, I'll put the full patch notes and the description down there in the description below here of all the changes coming, but I'm going to be covering mainly the big beefy parts here, because there are, as with every single patch notes, some things that are relatively not necessarily the biggest changes and really don't need to be said in their entirety and keep you guys here for a long duration of time. So that said, let's start out with some of the weapons here, because the snipers were one of the things that a lot of people wanted to see changed, and there actually was a decent amount changed with the snipers. Firstly, the bullet spread at the hip no longer gets smaller as the player ADSs or aim down sights. The spread will finally change whenever the scope reaches the player's eye, so it makes quick scoping a little bit harder here. And also in the same category with quick scoping, aim assist is not turned on until the optic fully reaches the player's eye once again. So you're not going to have a slight little drag that gives you a little bit of an advantage if you're trying to do some quick scoping maneuvers here within Infinite Warfare and the full build of the game. Additionally, quick draw has had its effect reduced with snipers, and then also snipers get more flinch when getting shot now. That's something that I personally noticed did not have as much effect as I had hoped for within the beta, but I'm glad to see that it's getting a little bit of a tune-up here within the full release of the game. Now, additionally, the SMG category had one change to it, that being the RPR Evo. The Epic variant, which is the standard Ripper from Call of Duty Ghosts, had a tuning pass to increase the recoil given to its bonus fire rate here with it. So it's going to equal it out a little bit more here with this. Perks and rig traits had a little bit of an adjustment as well. Marksman had a reducing flinch property, which also reduced the recoil, so it would then stack with gun perks and the foregrip attachment and make it super OP. But that bonus reduction has been taken out here, so it does make it a little bit more of a viable option to go up against in a gunfight. Momentum had a little bit of a change as well. It fixed issues with the speed not being retained for sprinting. Marked target actually decreases a little bit of what you'd see with a temporary red marker on a victim. And then that leads us over then into the health regen and spawning, which is something that I'm super excited has been addressed here with this. The health regeneration time has been reduced. And now that sounds like something compared to the other things that we've seen here that does sound bad, but it's exactly what we need here. That's what I've been saying since the very beginning of the beta. The health regen took too long, so that time has been reduced, making you regen health a little bit faster. I always felt that it was like 150% of what we normally saw, so 1.5 times that of the current regen system with every single Call of Duty, but right now it might seem like it's back to normal with the full release of Infinite Warfare. Infusion also had its time reduced for what you can get for the bonus health back, that being a rig trait here with this, and then also the spawn system has been a center of much scrutiny, but it is being refined here within the launch of the full game, so we can expect some better spawns than what we saw in the beta. Now, the next big thing is one that I am once again hugely excited for, that being the in-game economy. We have 3 changes here to this, and all of them are great for the gameplay features of the game. We mentioned that COD points are returning, but this has nothing to do with them. This is strictly on how you earn keys as well as salvage within Infinite Warfare. Firstly, there has been an increase to the salvage gain in mission teams. Now, currently, we did have something where it was 2 commons, a rare, a legendary, and then an epic in terms of the tiered system for mission teams, where you got 100 salvage, 100 salvage, 150, 300, and 400 salvage in sequential order like that for the ranks of 5, 10, 15, 20, and 30, or relatively right around that rate. Currently, it seems like we have something that is going to be increasing that, so perhaps maybe even doubled, where we get, say, 200, 200, 300, 600, and then 800 for salvage respectively. I think that'd be something that'd be great here with this, but then also, additionally on top of salvage, we have a changed currency value in supply drops, so that means that we're going to have not the 10 and 30 keys that it takes to get a supply drop, perhaps less, perhaps more. It doesn't really define which one it is just at the moment, but it's probably not going to be 10 and 30 here with this based off this change, if I am interpreting that right. And then on top of that, the final third change with the currency and economy here within Infinite Warfare, there's an increased drop rate now of keys in round-based modes. So things like domination, capture the flag, things like that, search and destroy even, there's an upped rate here within how many keys you can get out of those games. That's, I think, something that is tremendously valuable here with this. Crypto keys were something that were hard to get for Black Ops 3 because of the round-based system. It took 10 minutes to get 3 keys, and I personally think that wasn't enough here, so I'm hoping that this maybe doubles it or at least gives a couple more keys here out of those types of games that are longer in duration. Now, there's only a few other changes here with this, but one of them being gun game now will feature all classic weapons. Domination then has the decay rate if you step off a flag. That was reduced a little bit here with it, so you don't lose as much progress as you did in the beta. And then matchmaking and time to kill were the last 2 things addressed here out of all this. Matchmaking, it says that there's going to be a shorter matchmaking time here with this. There were some issues with player evaluation where it was too strict and then therefore did not get players into lobbies as quickly as possible. That is going to be changed here. Players will get into the lobbies a lot quicker, promised by this. And then time to kill is something that, once again, I was kind of hoping we'd get a change here out of this, and it seems like we have. It says that TTK, or time to kill, will be more balanced at launch, both on the attacking and receiving end here of gunfights. So I think that is once again something additionally on top of the health regeneration time that was a massive issue and definitely needed some attention here with this, and I'm really excited to see that that has now been changed. But other than that, that is really all here with it for the beefy parts of this patch update. This changes to Infinite Warfare come the launch of the game here based off of the beta. So that said, I'll leave once again down there in the description below the full patch notes, the whole listing of everything that has been brought to the attention to us by Infinity Ward themselves. But I want to let you guys know about this stuff, the beefy, big core parts that you guys will definitely notice here with this. So that said, drop your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. Are you guys excited for any of these changes here within Infinite Warfare, or do not necessarily care too much here with this? Do you guys just want to play, or do not really care at all about the game? Love to hear your thoughts. Of course, everything is greatly welcome down there in the comments, so drop it down there. Drop a like down below if you guys did enjoy the video, and if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you click that subscribe button to stay up to date with everything Infinite Warfare. We're a couple of days out, so stick around here. We got some cool stuff coming. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and hopefully you guys are having a great day. I'll see you guys later. My name is Nikolai Espresso. Take care, and peace.